Hello, welcome back. I'm the Erroneous Kaiser. You're watching another one of my comic book pull lists. This is for the month of December. So these comics I'll be reading this month I get from Discount Comic Book Service, or DCBS. I get once monthly shipments. That's what they do for international customers. I live here in Japan. Because of that, there might be some issues that you might have already read. If that's the case, let me know what you think of them down in the comments. If this is the kind of video you like, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks to the 112 people who are already subscribed. Yeah, if this is something you like, maybe you can give that a bump as well. Alright, here we go. Let's get through these alphabetically. Alright, first one we got here is Aquaman. This is number 53. Kelly Sue DeConnick is writing it. Instead of doing regular horror variants, around this time of year, around the Halloween time of year, they decided to do all these deceased variant ones that all were tied into the Deceased series. Dustin Nguyen doing the art and Jeff Lemire doing the story for Ascender. Here we have issue number 6. This, just like Descender, is a pretty awesome story. A very different slice of this world. There's a lot more, magic. It's not so much robots. Our main heroes are on the run. They're trying to get off planet to escape from this witch. Right. Warren Ellis writing Batman is freaking awesome. Probably more of a real detective type story with some violence along the way. Definitely, this is going to be really cool. This is the Batman's Grave number 2. The Batman Who Laughs has poisoned the Shazam and a whole bunch of other heroes. Blue Beetle, Donna Troy, Supergirl, looks like Superman in this one. Here we have Batman Superman number 3. I mean, this whole thing, it kind of seems similar to that one Joker story where he poisoned the whole Justice League in the New 52 Batman series. That was a good one. Here we have a new comic from Dark Horse Comics. This is Count Crowley, Reluctant Midnight Monster Hunter. We see, I think it's like a journalist or a newscaster. She gets in trouble and has to take over the midnight movie slot, kind of as a bad horror movie host. With the position also comes a job of monster hunting, and she of course doesn't want him to do it. But I think she's kind of like a Elvira type of host, something like that probably. And but yeah, hunting monsters on the side. I think this could be pretty funny and definitely pretty cool. All right, this is Deceased number 6. It's the end of this series right here, but there are some other ones like a Deceased Rebirth or something like that. This is the end of the series, but there are some other offshoots where they're tying up loose ends or telling new stories too. I think there's one just about villains coming out soon, something like that. I really like this cover by Mark Brooks. Him doing Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy and Catwoman are always really well done. They look really cool, and this Catwoman being on a leash there looks pretty sweet as well. I'm not the only one raving about this series. This is Die number 9. Adults trapped in a Dungeons & Dragons type world. They went there to save their friend that was trapped there, but ended up killing him. They're just looking for a way out. But yeah, there also a bunch of drama in between them within the group as well. This is going really, really cool directions. I'm really liking the story a lot. Okay, here we have Doctor Strange Annual number 1. This should just be a good read. Nothing really amazing happening in it, but also an extra plus is Ariel Olivetti doing the cover for this, which I think is a pretty sweet Doctor Strange. This is a new series from Boom Studios. It's called Folklords, and I figured I'd give it a shot. Some fantasy stuff. A kid is trapped in a town where everyone's got their own job, and he wants to explore. And there's giants and monsters you can see there. I thought this cover was really awesome as well. It's by an artist I hadn't heard his name before. His name is Duncan Fagretto. This story is being written by Matt Kint. He was just recently he was writing Exo Manowar, also Black Badge, which is really good. So yeah, definitely giving this a shot. Looking for probably pretty good stuff in here. Here we got Ghost Rider number 2. We got Johnny Blaze versus Donnie Ketch. We see Ghost Rider versus Ghost Rider says there at the top. Yeah, I mean, I think people are riding this high of like Marvel 90s stuff, especially with like 2099 coming out pretty soon. Yeah, Ghost Rider was definitely a very big part of the 90s in Marvel Comics. So yeah, Gideon Falls is number 17. You can see on the cover there, Eisner Award-winning new best series. And here's number 18. Yeah, no lie there about it being a really excellent comic. Jeff Lemire writing it, and yeah, I've said it before, I'm not like the greatest or biggest fan of the art, but I mean, yeah, you get used to it, and it doesn't. And there are points that it is a definite big addition to the story. Some of the double page spreads are actually pretty trippy. And so I do appreciate the art at times. Gotham City Monsters, this is number 3. This is a pretty awesome team. Looks like we'll be seeing Batwoman be making an appearance as well. This all takes part in like Monster Town, where back in well, way back, we kind of forgot about it. There was like this big invasion of monsters in Gotham City. That area is still all messed up, and there's just a bunch of people, like deformed people or monsters, and they just live in that area of Gotham, and they're not really mentioned in anything else. But we see that area is the focus right here. And so yeah, Killer Croc, Orca, Spawn of Frankenstein, who else you got on that cover here? I Vampire. They're all teaming up to take down this one demon guy who, like, in Spawn of Frankenstein, keeps saying he thinks he's doing the right thing, but that right thing would mean killing hundreds of thousands of people to find some sort of peace. Yeah, it's a pretty sweet series, and I guess, yeah, it could be pretty interesting when Kate Kane makes an appearance as well. Green Lantern Black Stars. We got, yeah, Grant Morrison is writing Green Lantern here. So the regular Green Lantern series has finished, and we go on to this 3-part little mini. And then after this, we'll start again, I think from number 1 on Green Lantern, but it'll be Green Lantern Season 2, I guess. I kind of wish they would just keep with the regular numbering. I mean, just for like cataloging purposes, if my comics are alphabetical, there's not necessarily going to be this Green Lantern next to the other, previous Green Lanterns in the story. So I mean, I would just really much rather have a continuous number rather than a new number 1. But I mean, I guess number 1s sell better, but I don't know. As a collector, I kind of want to, to stick together. I don't have to worry about searching. If I want to go back and read the story again, searching around, pulling stuff out of different locations just so I can complete the story, I think it's kind of dumb. Guardians of the Galaxy, this is number 10. Donny Cates is writing this. We're gonna finish with number 12. So we're coming up on the end. We see, yeah, Death of Rocket is coming up here. Rocket is super sick from all the experiments that were done on him when he was younger, before joining the Guardians. All of that is, he's got cancer. So this is like, he's in a big mech suit so he can fight. These are his last battles are coming up here. We got number 11 here, and you can see him right there in the mech suit. Still not dead, even though the previous issue had it looked like his grave on the cover. But yeah, this is number 11 out of 12 coming up. Here we got Immortal Hulk. This is number 25. I'm really liking the Alex Ross cover, and I am loving the story underneath. We're floating a little bit away from like full-on horror, but it is still an incredible story. Here we have number 26. This actually is a little thinner than 25. Yeah, I guess 25, they made it a thicker one. More content in there. 26 here, also another good story I'm looking forward to, with awesome Alex Ross cover. Okay, here we got Justice League 34 and 35. I will be sad to see Snyder and Tynion IV be ending their run on Justice League. New writers coming in. James Tynion, he will be moving over to Detective Comics, and we'll see how that works out. But yeah, I really have been liking their run on Justice League. It was a really broad, spanning story. with Lex Luthor and Apex Predator. I think it might be wrapping up in here or very soon after. Got Justice League Dark number 16. I'm loving this comic as well. I wrote another team that is really awesome. Just like Gotham City Monsters, nice combination. This one has a really sweet combination with a totally different vibe, but a nice combination as well. Here we got King Shazam number 1. Shazam has been infected by the Batman Who Laughs, and this ties into the Batman Superman series that's going on right now. King Thor. This is wrapping up Jason Aaron's run on Thor, and I'm really enjoying this because Esad Ribic is doing all the interior art as well. This is a new series out of DC Black Label. This is number 1 of The Last God. I'm really looking forward to this because this has another artist that I really like. I guess you could say that he has a similar style to Esad Ribic. This is Riccardo Federici. I really like how both of them draw kind of fantasy. I know this is going to be a beautiful book all the way through. Alright, same team that brought us Harrow County, Tyler Crook, and Cullen Bunn. This is Manor Black number 4. It looks awesome inside. A lot to do with sorcerers and sorceresses and magic and people lighting on fire. And not being able to control their magic. Pretty sweet story so far. I am very happy with this. When I first ordered New Mutants number 1, all I knew was that Art Germ or Stanley Lau was doing the cover, and there was no picture for it. But I was like, you know what, hey man, it'd be really sweet if he did magic. I would, but he's probably going to do that, right? So, and I was completely right. Here we have magic on the cover, done by Stanley Lau, Art Germ. For New Mutants number 1. I'm thinking it looks pretty sick. Nice, well, a little bit, I don't know, is this a little bit thicker for the number 1, so I think it's pretty sweet. X-Men right now is doing really cool stuff with most of the titles that are coming out now. Maybe I'm not picking all of them up, but I am paying attention, and so I'm here to give New Mutants a tryout as well. Garth Ennis writing Punisher. It's perfection. It's Punisher and Garth Ennis go together extremely well. This is Punisher Soviet. This is something to do with the Russians. I don't know, but I'm very much looking forward to this. I think it's a 6-issue series, maybe something along those lines. I think it should be pretty violent and very good. I love this series. Reaver, number 5 right here. A group of prisoners are sent to a town. They're injected with some poison, some magical poison. And if they don't finish the job, then they're all gonna die. It's like a Suicide Squad type deal. They're sent to this other magical kingdom as spies, pretty much. And the team up, it's like this little, very stabby girl, this huge mountain of a man, pedophile serial killer, and just a normal dude, all on this team for very different reasons. All have very different motivations, and it is told extremely well. I really like this series so far. Okay, here's another deceased themed variant for Red Hood. This is not so bad. This is number 39, right? Yeah. And man, it's taken too long for Bizarro and Artemis to actually meet up again. They went on this offshoot where Red Hood was kind of cooperating with Apex Lex and starting his own group of and I guess they're supposed to be anti-heroes or dumb villains. He's training kids with powers, and I think it's kind of I had a dip in interest in this series. Just give me Bizarro, Artemis, and Red Hood back together again. That's all I want. Sure, they gotta fight it out a little bit. I get it, but just put them back together. Come on. Red Sonja and Vampirella meet Betty and Veronica. This is number 5. Faye Dalton doing the cover, and her art is beautiful, but there's nothing really dynamic about it really here. There's nothing in the poses. I mean, the colors and everything are great, but there's not really anything interesting here. And the series itself also, I'm kind of losing interest in. I don't know if I have another issue coming or not. This might be the last one I'm getting. Yeah, but we're gonna see a bunch of Vampirella coming up too, and I'm not sure. I think I might have made a mistake in getting in the volume of Vampirella I ended up getting, but you'll see. Second Coming number 4, man, this series is awesome. It's from Ahoya Comics. Yeah, Jesus comes back to Earth to live with a superhero because God is kind of a jerk and wants him to learn how to be a man or something. We see yeah, Jesus is like seriously talking like real knowledge, man, wisdom. And yeah, so it's kind of this writer's kind of take on the evolution of Christ's message today, and like perhaps what he would think about the world today if he were really here. Something is Killing the Children, number 2. So James Tynion IV, we were talking about him a little bit before, when I was talking about he's going to Detective Comics. This is actually, I forgot about this, he's also putting this out as well. So, yeah, something is, the title just says it. Yeah, Something is Killing the Children. This is from Boom Studios. Yeah, there's like a girl shows up in a town and she's a monster killer. And she's talking to the children because nobody believes them that something is killing the children. Another team that seems pretty awesome. We got Strike Force number 2. Angela, Monica Rambeau, Spider-Woman, Blade. The Andrea Sorrentino is doing the cover, but the interior art is totally different. I don't know why Andrea Sorrentino is doing the cover art for these, but I'm glad. I mean, I don't want to say I'm glad that the interior is not the art, but I mean, I kind of am. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan. I said before. Okay, we got Swamp Thing Giant. Right, this is 100 pages of Swamp Thing stories. There's a bunch of old stuff, and I think they said something like 23 pages of new stories as well. It's $5 for 100 pages. I'm gonna get these. I mean, and they're doing it for a bunch of other titles too. You know, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. I probably should be getting more than just the Swamp Thing one, but I really thought this would the coolest of the bunch. But yeah, $5 for 100 pages of comics is not bad at all. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 99. This is also a thick book. It's square, like you can see, it's square bound here, thick enough that they could put a regular spine with the title on it. Yeah, coming up on issue 100, which will be massive. 99 here. You can see the price also is $7.99. So I think number 100 is, I think it's going to be like $10. But you know, through DCBS, I can get it for like 6 or 5 or something like that. I love this story. Sophie Campbell will be taking over from 101. I'm nervous, but I mean, really no need to be nervous. She has handled the Turtles for quite a while now. As both in, I mean, not fully writing, but as far as the creative process of where the story was going, she was definitely involved too. So I shouldn't be too worried, I don't think. So, but I know issue 100 is going to be massive, and the story is freaking mind-blowing right now. Another Cullen Bunn comic. This is Unearthed number 5. I just want to say the art in here, Balderman Rivas, is so good. It's so smooth, and there is some body horror here, but like the way that's done is freaking awesome. So serpentine, the characters, the character creation, I think as far as the image goes, all look pretty sweet as well. The way he does the skin and hair, all look so. Everything's so polished. It's so nice. I really, really love the combination of this story, his art. Cullen Bunn, I also really like a lot too. So this is perfect. This is a perfect series from Image Comics. Okay, Vampirella number 4. Faye Dalton doing the art on the cover here, and this is way better than that Betty and Veronica Red Sonja Vampirella one. Like this really reminds me so much of the 1970s Vampirella magazine. Not only in the beautiful art it is, but yeah, the darkness, the positioning, everything reminds me of kind of older Vampirella art. Got Frank Cho doing Vampirella Red Sonja. Man, I was expecting more from Frank Cho on art here. Like, I feel like this is just regular stuff. I mean, look at some of the stuff he's doing with Harley Quinn right now. And I thought he would bring that same energy to this, but they're just hanging out. All right, I told you there was already going to be too much Vampirella in here. We have Vengeance of Vampirella #2. We have Lucio Perillo doing the cover here, and it is freaking sexy. And no outrage over this. So remember back then, Frank Cho and what was the Italian guy's name? They did that Spider-Woman cover with the butt coming out. Nobody cares if it's Vampirella, I guess. I don't know. Wonder Woman #81. I'm not sure. This might be the last G. Willow Wilson issue where she's writing. I really liked it when Steve and Diana got back together and they realized, yeah, let's work it out. But now right at the end they're broken up again. I think that's kind of sad. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that they figured out, no, we can power through this. I mean, I hope they get back together, because it'd be really sad if she just left them broken up at the end of her run. Yeah. Jenny Frison doing an amazing cover though. Steve Orlando writing the Wonder Woman #82 here, and Jenny Frison going for a more retro look for Wonder Woman on the cover there, which I think is pretty cool. Pretty soon, a very special Wonder Woman will be coming out. I think it's going to be 650. So I think maybe 83 or 84 won't have the regular number. It'll be the 650, and there'll be a gajillion variants for that. So I guess it's a big milestone for Wonder Woman coming up pretty soon. All right, and there you have it. Those are the comics I'm going to be reading this month. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you have read any of them, please let me know what you think of them down in the comments. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, but you're probably not a YouTube beginner. You know how to do those things. If you don't want to, however, I totally understand. I still hope that you had a fun time watching. I'm the Erroneous Kaiser. See you next time. Actually, okay, one more. I actually forgot about this one. I was sitting on my desk when I took it out of the box. This is Joker Killer Smile by Jeff Lemire and art by Andrea Sorrentino. Cover is amazing. And this is the prestige format comic. So it's bigger than a regular comic. So this is the size of a random comic. This is the size of a comic versus the prestige format for this. This is DC Black Label. Batman Damned, the one with the ding dong, was the same, is the same size as this. I think this is a 3-part series. I mean, right now they're doing a bunch of Joker comics, probably obviously because the movie came out recently. So they're trying to put out a bunch of Joker stories to get some of that money. But yeah, this is one. I'm not getting all of them, but this is one that I am getting. That's because I like Jeff Lemire. I think him writing Joker is probably pretty cool.